Following a thrilling 2024 season where the Fever made a triumphant return to the playoffs, the new schedule hints at what could be the franchise's most electrifying year yet. From a historic 5-game series featuring Caitlinclark and Angel Reese to Indianapolis, hosting the WNBA All-Star Game for the very first time, the 2025 season is packed with milestones, rivalries, and opportunities. Leading the charge is the Fever's young and dynamic roster, headlined by superstar Caitlinclark, All-Stars Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell, and defensive standout Lexi Hull. Fans are already envisioning championship banners hanging at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The WNBA's expansion to a 44-game season, along with the debut of the Golden State Valkyries, only raises the stakes. This season is shaping up to be one for the history books. What are the key storylines to watch? Which matchups will define the Fever's journey? And how does this schedule position them for a shot at championship glory? Here are 7 must-watch moments of Indiana's 2025 campaign.
I was to tell you, out the gate, the game that is set to be first on the schedule is box office. Yes, I want to know who that is. That is Angel Reese in the Chicago.
The Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky rivalry is poised to reach historic new heights in 2025. For the first time in WNBA history, 2 teams will face off in a 5-game regular season series. This isn't just a scheduling quirk. It's a statement from the league, emphasizing that the Caitlinclark and Angel Reese matchup is one of the marquee draws in the sport.
Tell me if the W ain't doing this for ratings, because it's all about the damn ratings at this point. Caitlinclark at Indiana Fever is the hottest thing smoking in all of sports. And I can tell you this right here, CC is going to come out looking better than she ever looked.
Last season, both rookies lit up the league, but their head-to-head battles were especially electrifying. Caitlinclark, who secured Rookie of the Year honors, shattered the WNBA's single-season assist record and led the lead in three-pointers made. Meanwhile, Angel Reese dominated the boards, setting the league's rebounding record and tallying the most double-doubles in a season. These 2 rising stars not only captured the attention of fans, but also dominated conversations and highlight reels. Their rivalry quickly became must-watch entertainment. The Fever took 3 of 4 games against the Sky in 2024, solidifying their dominance. Each matchup brought its own drama, with 2 games decided by just a single point. These back-and-forth battles had the intensity of playoff showdowns, leaving fans eagerly awaiting their next clash.
Till September the 9th, we are going to be seeing, over those 4 months, we're going to be seeing these teams play 5 times. We will not see an entire month for these teams play.
In 2025, the stakes are even higher. The Fever and Sky will meet exclusively on weekends, maximizing fan turnout and viewership. Indianapolis will host the season opener on May 17, with Gainbridge Fieldhouse expected to be packed with fans eager to witness the next chapter of this electrifying rivalry. But this isn't just about 2 players. It's about what they represent. Caitlinclark and Angel Reese embody the league's future, a mix of skill, passion, star power, and unrelenting drive. Both have embraced their roles in different ways, inspiring younger athletes and drawing in new fans worldwide. How will this rivalry shake the Fever season? Can they continue their dominance over the Sky, or will Reese and Chicago find redemption after last year's close defeats? The answers begin to unfold in May.
Well, before we actually get to see that Fever and Sky showdown, just seeing that it's coming will probably give some WNBA fans the same bounce Caitlinclark had on Barbie.
The Fever's 2025 schedule offers a much-needed reprieve compared to last year's grueling opening stretch. In 2024, Indiana faced a daunting first 20 days with 11 games, back-to-back matchups, and an exhausting West Coast road trip. They repeatedly squared off against league powerhouses like the Liberty, Sun, and Aces, which contributed to a challenging 2-9 start. Despite the rocky opening, the team rallied to secure a playoff spot.
I'm not going to quote, but they, in a roundabout way, admitted they gave Caitlinclark the gauntlet schedule because they didn't think she was going to be good, and they wanted her to get destroyed through 10 games so that people started watching the other players. Like, if anyone,
Indiana opens the season with a much more favorable schedule. The first 11 games are spread out across an entire month, giving the team ample time to rest, recover, and prepare. Only 4 of those games are on the road, all against Eastern Conference opponents, which means lighter travel and reduced fatigue. Even better, the Fever won't face any Western Conference teams during this stretch. This setup gives Indiana a chance to find their rhythm early while avoiding unnecessary wear and tear. The opening month still features tough opponents, with 2 games each against the Liberty and the Sun. However, all of these matchups will take place at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, where the Fever have proven they can hold their own against elite competition. In 2024, Indiana played the Liberty close in 2 games, relying on Aaliyah Boston's dominance in the post and Caitlinclark's clutch 3-point shooting to stay competitive. Against the Sun, head coach Stephanie White's familiarity with her former team could provide a strategic edge in these critical matchups. This manageable start isn't just a scheduling coincidence, it's an opportunity. A strong opening record could establish the Fever as serious contenders and give them a buffer for the tougher stretches later in the season. Indiana's ability to capitalize on this advantage could define their season.
Team, the Golden State Valkyries, are going to need to begin and play in 2025, but before that happens, we need to have an expansion draft because they need some players on their
The WNBA is ushering in a new era in 2025 with the debut of the Golden State Valkyries, marking the league's first expansion since 2008. The Valkyries will form their inaugural roster through an expansion draft, selecting players left unprotected by the other 12 teams. Each team can shield up to 6 players, leaving the remainder of their roster vulnerable. For Indiana, this creates a tricky balancing act. The Fever's core stars, Caitlinclark, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Lexi Hull, are clear choices for protection. However, the final 2 slots have sparked intense debate among fans and analysts. Indiana's rumored protected list includes Nalissa Smith and Tammy Fagbinal, 2 players whose inclusion has raised questions. Smith's athleticism and potential make her a valuable asset, though concerns about consistency linger. Meanwhile, Fagbinal provides veteran stability, but lacks the upside of younger talents like Grace Berger, whose potential exclusion has left some fans disappointed. If accurate, this list signals Indiana's commitment to its current core, while potentially using unprotected players as trade assets. For the league, the addition of the Valkyries highlights its growing influence, with new teams in the pipeline for Toronto and Portland by 2026. The Valkyries bring a massive market to the WNBA, increasing competition and fan engagement while raising the stakes for teams like Indiana to maintain their edge.
all of the great WNBA players right here next year, the WNBA All-Star Game